Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to show you how to correctly, well not correctly, but how to play, okay let me turn my volume down, how to play better in this game called Mortem Metallum. Now, Mortem Metallum is a PvP based game with a very classical map, as you can see, volcano, rocky bridge, or rocky mountains, and then you have, of course, you have your I can't think of the name right now. I forget it. Oh, yeah, it's Thieves' Den. But anyway, of course, you have your Thieves' Den. And this is actually based off of a classic map. They've added stuff like the sand area near here. They've added the taller mountains onto Thieves' Den. They've added that mountain over there. They've added the volcano. Now, this is based off of a classic map. It's supposed to be like classic ROBLOX PvP game. Not really classic. Not really classic PvP game, but it's supposed to be a melee type PvP game with custom weapons, custom animations, everything like that. Now, Mortem Metallum actually used to be named Blood Flow. It was a very bloody game, and now they actually have the option in the bottom right corner, as you can see my mouse down here. They have the option to turn blood off and on. So that's a good thing if you want blood on. I'll just showcase to you what the blood on looks like. Let me actually get to fight some people. Blood on is actually pretty cool. Okay, let me. Come on, die. Oh yeah, you can see the blood there. You can see also when when someone hits your limbs off or takes your limbs off, you'll see blood. Anyway, that's besides the point. So Mortem Metallum is actually, I literally just said about taking someone's limbs off, and it's one of the only Roblox PvP games that I know of that you can legitimately like take someone's limbs off in, so you know. I don't know why my camera keeps glitching out. Anyway, so this is my tutorial. Okay, so step one, you gotta know your controls. If you take your mouse right here, and then you go down to the controls button, you can have the controls, and I'll just quickly explain them. So E is a roll, and then Q is kick, and when someone's like ragdolled, you can kick them to kill them. So F is parry, but you must have your weapon, and that's basically like a block. It's like blocking, basically, but it leaves it only blocks your front half, so your like sides of your body, like all here is like open. Okay, now CTL or control. Control, it's basically shift lock. Now to do this, you have to have shift lock on. But if you turn it off, I don't believe it works. Yeah, if you turn it off, it doesn't work. So you have to have shift lock on to be able to do this. And it helps with aiming because you can you have the full access compared to just not using shift lock, to like relying on where your character is actually facing on your aim, and it can actually dramatically affect your aim. And it can dramatically affect your gameplay. So, yeah. It affects a lot of things anyway. So now that we've got controls out of the way, I'll just explain to you weapons. So there are three types of weapons, right? There are these fast-moving attacking weapons. They do low damage. Then there are the big weapons that do a lot of damage, and I'll show you guys one in a quick second here. So there are these big weapons that do a lot of damage, but their attack speed is really slow, like this one. You see that? And you can hear me clicking. I'm literally clicking, and it takes so long to go again. You can hear me clicking, and it's about a few seconds for the thing to be able to hit again. And then you have some weapons that are in between, like halberd, and some other weapons that are in between would be a good example. Would actually be the spear. The spear is actually a unique class of weapon which falls under the category of being ranged and being able to range people from afar. So halberd and spear are some of the only ranged weapons that I can name off the top of my head. Of course, there may be more, but halberd is unique, and I'll show you guys that in a second. Let me actually just put myself on fire here, make sure I'm dead, and I just knocked that guy's arm off. He got me. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys halberd. It's a really unique breed, or not breed, a really unique weapon, or unique weapon type. Okay, so you can see, as you could see, I was playing with that, that spike ball, right? And it did the overhead swing like that, right? And this halberd does an overhead swing, but it can also do a ranged attack like that. So that's why it falls under the ranged category. Granted, if you do not know how to use ranged weapons, or if you can't keep a range specific distance to make sure enemy can't hit you, then most ranged weapons, especially the spear, will be utterly useless because the only move they have is actually ranged. But with this one, you know, you can get your average just slam dunk down, slam dunk on people, you know, where you jump up and you hit down. You have that, but then you also have the spear movement. So yeah, it's really specific, or it's a really different breed, or weapon type. I don't know why I keep saying breed. But yeah, other than the spear, it has more than just one attack animation, and I think actually not a lot of weapons have different, like, multiple attack animations that actually matter in this game. Often it's the overhead swing or a range swing, or like the sword, they have a side swing and an overhead swing, but the side swing is just like that. It's just to the right. So it's nothing too special. So it's not really too special, the sword animation. I mean, the side cut, you can cut someone's head off or dislocate their head, but yeah. Okay, anyway, now that you guys know how the swords work and how different weapons choose different play styles, and you guys know the controls, how to parry, and you know basically the basics. Now I'm gonna teach you guys actually movement, how to move with your weapon, which weapons you want to be moving with, and how you want to be moving with certain weapons. With the one-hit weapon, or the weapons that do a lot of damage, but they're very slow in actually doing anything or doing their attacks. You often just want to play like retreat and like go back, push them forward. You want to just bolt at them. You want to bolt at them, then retreat if you don't get your hit, to make sure you're not hit back. So fights can be really like looking like it's like pull the rope, like you pull it back and then they're moving forward towards you. You feel me? Anyway, with a short, or not really short, but with fast animation items such as this one, or also called the rapier, you actually want to be like closer to your opponent. Of course, you want to actually get in their face and just start spamming the hell out of them. And of course, there's gonna, if they have a really high damage weapon and slow hit speed, one of those weapons, then you're basically dead, bruh. Well, you're not basically dead, but oftentimes you'll win. They'll oftentimes actually retreat from you. Instead of actually, and then they'll sort of do the tug ropes thing with you as if they were fighting someone else, but your goal is not to kill them. Well, it is to kill them, but your goal is not to charge at them once and then retreat and prepare for their attack. Your goal with a fast-moving, small damage weapon is to get in their face and start like moving around them really fast. You can use sprint to be faster, and then when you're charging at somebody, don't actually attack when you first start charging at them. Because they might parry you, and if you get parried, you're dead. Like unless God somehow prevails you, but either way, you're probably dead. So let me actually get into a fight real quick. So that guy tried blowing me up. Okay, anyway, so seeing a fight with that guy over there, I'm gonna fight him. Now, he's gonna probably charge at me, right? I just essentially need to just chase him into a corner like this. This is actually perfect. Well, I've only gotten a few hits on him, but of course, he's gonna try to come back, he's gonna parry, and I'm gonna take his head off. That's how you win without taking any damage against someone who's using one of those really high damage weapons. If someone's using a ranged weapon, you want to get in their range, because the range is only effective when the tip of their blade or their weapon hits you if it's ranged. And you see how that guy tried to parry me? You just walk around their parry. Don't hit their parry, because if you hit their parry, you're going to be parried and you're going to stand there for 5 seconds being stunned. That's what a parry is. Now you see, she tried to parry me, but little does she know I can just walk around her parry and just kill her. Well, she's going to run away, of course, but often you just chase people. I'm an African-American racist. So you have people toxic like that in game too, quite a lot. You also have people using different weapons in game, of course, because it's diverse. Come on. Come on, getting mass kills, getting mass kills. Okay, your stamina also runs out decently fast. Try to dodge his. Ooh, he hit me. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope this tutorial helped some of you. See ya. Have fun. Have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe, because I'll probably post more tutorials. Comment down below if this helped you and what type of video you want me to make a tutorial on next. Goodbye, everybody. Hope you have a good day. Subscribe. Sub and lick.